Hi, Dana. This is Rosemary. And I am going to try and explain myself today about the video response that you wanted us to do on willpower and how I see it. First of all, I'm going to give you a few definitions that I came up with, that I saw. And anyway, defining willpower. This is what some psychologists have come to the conclusion of. The ability to delay gratification, resisting short-term temptations in order to meet long-term goals. The capability of unwanted thought, feeling, or impulse. The ability to employ a cool cognitive system of behavior rather than a hot emotional system. And this is the one I saw as relevant for the weight loss peeps. A limited resources capable of being depleted. When I think of willpower, I think of strength. I've got willpower. I can do it. I can say no to that. Or I can keep going. Like I just came from a walk and found out Connie was at the same time walking. We do that. Connie and I are constantly communicating. Last night, she was on the bike, on her recumbent bike, and I was on the elliptical. And we're just talking and just going on about our business. She doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. We're constantly communicating. But when I thought about that, it's a limited resource, is what it says. It's a limited resource capable of being depleted. I thought of Connie and I. We are constantly giving each other some more energy, telling each other we can do it, because our willpower, it can be depleted. It can get down to the lowest part of I need some help here, you know? And you know, you talk about habit in your video. You know, it becomes a habit. It becomes a lifestyle. It becomes an everyday thing. But how do you get that, and how do you keep it? How do you keep that willpower going? And I think, and this is just me talking, but for my journey, even when my sister hadn't had weight loss surgery, she was my source to go to. I think that the more that we communicate with each other here on YouTube, we're watching. I mean, I know that we all have a life and that we can't be on YouTube 24/7. But I think that, you know, I remember Janie saying one time, it's like brushing your teeth. You just get up and you do it. I mean, you just get up and you do it. You do what you got to do for the day. You know, you talk about 10,000 steps and how you had to, you know, you just had to finish it, and your husband was like, what are you doing? You know, I get that all the time. My husband's watching TV and I'm at the edge of the bed doing my leg stretches, you know, or whatever. What are you doing? I got to get it in. I got to get it in. I got to get it in. But it's not like, I got to get it in or I'm going to die, you know, or I'm going to be a failure. No, it's like, I got to get it in. I got to brush my teeth. Be back. I got to brush my teeth. That's the way I see it. And it brings me joy. So I think that we need to find that joy. And if it becomes a chore, then stop for a little while. Do what makes you happy. Do it until it makes you happy. Do it because you find joy doing it. I have learned that I just get up and I do it. Connie has learned she just gets up and do it. And when she doesn't, I remember when she didn't want to, or I didn't want to, I would go to her. Or I'd go to Sally. You know, Sally and I talked to each other a lot before she went to England. And we would give each other encouragement. Or she'd call me and I'd be on the elliptical. And that would motivate her. Now she goes on 10-mile walks, you know, which is an amazing thing. But how do you keep the zing of it all? How do you keep the willpower going? I want to read something to you that I found when I got back from my walk. And I thought, what an amazing thing. What an amazing, I mean, you know, God is good. I knew I wanted to answer this question, but I was thinking in my head, how am I going to answer it? How am I going to answer it? And, okay, so I come back from my walk, and I see this on Facebook. First of all, I see my sister walking, and she says, you know, she's got to get it done, like Rosemary says, which, thank you. But, I mean, it's just the point that we're on the same wavelength, really. Anyway, I come back, and Aisha, Great and Be Gone, if you know her from YouTube, she says, half a mile walk, 1 mile run on the mill, headed to the elliptical for 30 minutes, level 12. Without question, here comes the memories and emotions. On January 2011, 303 pounds, hit the elliptical for 3 minutes, level 1 equals dead. In other words, she couldn't do it. I look in the mirror as I ride the elliptical today and recall, what if I had quit? Now, she has the shape, the muscles, endurance, and rain everywhere. What happens? What happens if you keep going? I remember Aisha when she first started out. In fact, I went to meet her in Los Angeles, or she came to see me. And why am I putting on my glasses? And I can't believe how far she's come. I mean, she is really a bombshell. She's an inspiration. And I remember sitting on the edge of the bed. I can never forget that. And her telling me, "Do you think I'm going to be a success?" And I said, without a shadow of a doubt, you're going to be a success. I don't know if she remembers that. Aisha, do you remember that? But I said, without a shadow of a doubt. And I remember the time that you went to go exercise with Wendy, and you couldn't do it. You were having the hardest time. But you pushed through. You had the willpower. And you still have the willpower. And Dana, I think that that's what we all have to get for ourselves, is the willpower that's inside of us. And sometimes we need a hand to take us along the road. You know, sometimes you can't be physical. Sometimes you can't, you know, a lot of you don't have my twin sister alongside you. Sorry. But if you can find that person that can say, come on, let's do it together. Come on. Then that's a great thing. But if you don't have her, or you don't have him, you've got YouTube. That's here to inspire you. So many people. Come on, guys. So many people. You can spend 10 minutes to get some inspiration. And then go do your thing. Go find your thing. Go find that willpower to keep going on a daily basis. Again, I'm almost 9 years out. And I still need that willpower. You know? My basket gets depleted sometimes, and I got to pull on something to give me that strength to keep going. But you know, I think of Rocky Berrigan. She does DVDs, you know, and it's just something she does. She was telling me on one of my things that I did, she says that she wears workout clothes, you know, while she's working, because she knows that right after she does her job, she finishes her job, she's going to do a DVD or she's going to work. And my thing is in the morning, so, you know, I get up and do my thing in the morning. But whatever your thing is, make it your thing, just like brushing your teeth. Just like Janie said at one time. I'll never forget that. I think that was the most powerful thing that I could have learned. And we can get motivated, and we can find that will to keep going on a daily basis. We can find it if we're willing to look. If we're willing to look. So let's keep opening our eyes for it. You know? It's that what if? What if we had quit? We're not quitters. We're not going to quit. It's in us to keep going for the rest of our lives. Why? Because this is our second chance. Our second chance. I hope I said something. I hope I didn't make this too long and confusing. And I made some sense. I love you guys. Thank you, Dana, for letting me do a video response to this. I hope you got something out of it. I love you.